Hey everyone, welcome back to English Mode On, where we help you speak English with confidence and ease.
That's right. And today we're tackling a question that almost every English learner has. How can I speak English fluently?
Oh, that's a big one. A lot of people struggle with this because they think fluency means speaking flawlessly without any hesitation.
Exactly. But fluency isn't about perfection, it's about expressing yourself smoothly and naturally.
That makes so much sense. So, how can someone actually become fluent in English?
Great question. Today we'll share 5 strategic techniques that will help you improve your English fluency and speak with greater confidence.
That sounds awesome. Let's dive right in. So, what's the first technique?
Technique number 1, think in English.
Ooh, I love this one. When you train yourself to think in English instead of translating, your speech becomes much more fluid and spontaneous.
Exactly. Many learners struggle because they construct sentences in their native language first and then try to translate them. This process slows them down and often results in awkward phrasing.
I remember when I first started learning a new language, I kept translating everything in my head, and by the time I was ready to speak, the moment had passed.
That happens to so many people. Instead, start with short, simple thoughts in English. For example, instead of thinking, I need to go to the store to buy some milk in your native language, just form the thought in English directly.
That's a great habit to develop. You can even describe your surroundings. The sky is cloudy today, or I'm waiting for the bus.
Yes, a study from the University of Chicago found that people who think in a second language make better decisions because they avoid emotional biases tied to their native tongue. This means thinking in English doesn't just help with fluency, it can also make you a more logical thinker.
Wow, that's fascinating. What's the next technique?
Technique number 2, engage in active speaking practice every day.
That sounds obvious, but many learners avoid speaking because they feel self conscious or afraid of making mistakes.
Exactly. But here's the truth, mistakes are part of the learning journey. If you wait until you're perfect, you'll never actually start speaking.
So true. I had a friend who avoided speaking in English for years because she feared being judged, but once she started practicing daily, her fluency skyrocketed.
That's an incredible transformation. Research from Cambridge University suggests that learners who speak at least 30 minutes per day in their target language improve fluency significantly faster than those who don't.
That makes sense. You can practice with a language partner, join a conversation group, or even narrate your daily activities.
Talking to yourself might sound strange, but it's a powerful tool.
Absolutely. You can even simulate real conversations by pretending to explain something to an imaginary audience.
That's a great idea. What's our next technique? Technique number 3, master common phrases and collocations.
Oh, this is crucial. Many learners memorize vocabulary lists, but struggle when it comes to using words naturally in sentences.
Right. Instead of just learning individual words, focus on high frequency phrases and collocations.
For example, instead of memorizing the word recommend, learn the phrase, I highly recommend checking out this restaurant. That way, you know how to use it fluently.
Exactly. You should also pick up common conversational expressions like, that makes sense, or I see what you mean.
Research from linguists at MIT suggests that learning collocations and phrases instead of isolated words helps learners process language more quickly and sound more natural in conversations.
These are phrases that native speakers use effortlessly. The more of these you know, the smoother your conversations will be.
Absolutely. Now, what's technique number 4?
Technique number 4, mimic native speakers.
Ooh, I love this one. Listening is essential because it helps you internalize pronunciation, rhythm, and sentence structures.
Yes, but don't just listen, imitate what you hear.
This is called shadowing. You listen to a native speaker and try to repeat what they say immediately, copying their pronunciation and intonation.
That's such an effective method. You can do this with podcasts, movies, or even YouTube videos.
Exactly. A study published in the Journal of Language Learning found that shadowing for just 10 minutes a day can improve pronunciation accuracy and speech fluidity by 30% in a few months.
That's an amazing improvement. What's our final technique?
Technique number 5, develop a fearless mindset.
Confidence is everything. If you're too worried about making mistakes, you might hesitate and avoid speaking entirely.
That's right. But remember, even native speakers make mistakes. The key is to stay engaged and learn from each experience.
Yes, every conversation is a chance to refine your skills. Instead of fearing mistakes, treat them as learning opportunities.
A Harvard Business Review article on language learning mentions that learners who adopt a fearless mindset learn languages 20% faster because they are more willing to practice and engage in conversations.
That's inspiring. So instead of overthinking, embrace the process and keep speaking.
Exactly. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Now, let's go over today's keywords and phrases. Spontaneous speech, speaking naturally without excessive pauses. Example, practicing daily helps you develop more spontaneous speech.
Collocations, words that naturally go together. Example, common collocations include make a decision and strong coffee.
Mimic, to copy the way in which a particular person usually speaks and moves. Example, he was mimicking the various people in our office.
Engage in, to take part in something. Example, she is now engaged in writing letters.
That's it for today's lesson. Now, we want to hear from you.
What's your biggest challenge when it comes to speaking English fluently? Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video.
Thanks for watching, and remember, fluency is not about perfection, it's about communication.
See you next time.